Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I want to play with some of my favorite neutral makeup because sometimes the more neutral or quote-unquote boring looking makeup looks so flattering and so elegant. So that is today's video. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. I'm starting off here with an oldie but a goodie. This is the Chanel Quad here, number 268, Candeur et Expérience. And when you look at it first, you may be surprised that it's here in the neutrals category. But if we ignore the Robin Red, it actually is more neutral, more nudie, and there are options for warmer colors, but we're going to ignore those today. And we're going to go into the neutrals, and everything that I'm wearing, that I'm mentioning, the brushes, the makeup, is all listed in the description box down below. Please go have a look there. I'm starting off with this big fluffy brush from MakeUpForever, and I'm swirling into this lightest shade. It's my favorite from the palette. As you can tell, I'm almost hitting pan on this one, so I'm just going to take this very liberally here. And this palette here is all matte. And like I stated almost a month ago here, Chanel is in fact reformulating these palettes. Well, all of their quads really, they're getting a revisit, a rejudge, a facelift of some sort. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if all of the palettes are getting a reformulation and then just coming out again, or if they're pulling all of the eyeshadows. I don't know. But I do know that in a few months, very soon, there will be a new series of single eyeshadows from the brand. And I'm very excited about that because as much as I love a palette, you know, a single eyeshadow does the trick sometimes. So here I'm just bringing this a little bit everywhere. Doesn't have to be too precise. Then I'm going to switch to this Refer 28 brush. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit more. And I'm just going to take some on the lid here. I'm skipping right ahead to eyeliner here, and this is the Dior Kohl Waterproof Liner. It's very creamy, and what I'll do is I'll smudge it on the top line here, and then on the opposite side you have this little sponge applicator just to buff it out, and then I'll use another eyeshadow on top of the liner, so it'll be a little bit smudgy and smoky at the same time, but in a very natural way. Moving on, I'm going into a very fine tapered pencil. This is the Refer 03, and I'm going into the second shade here. Now I'm going to take this and just blur it on top of that liner here, and this will soften the black, and it'll still be a little bit smoky, but not too much. And it'll just look like neutral and nude, like I'm wearing makeup, but I'm not wearing makeup. That sort of vibe. And I'm just taking this on the bottom lashes as well. I might take a Q-tip and clean this up a little bit because I don't want it to be too intense. And then I'm just taking this and flicking it up just a tiny bit. I'm now going into a second waterproof liner. I know it's extra, but I am known for being extra. The one from Dior is really good because it's very creamy and very smudgy, but I prefer the one from Chanel for the waterline because it doesn't move. And this is not good if you want to do what I did on the top lash line here, but if you want to go into the waterline like this, I do prefer the one from Chanel for this purpose here. I have some more ideas for the eyes, so I'm just going to wait to apply the mascara in case, you know, something inspires me. Now for the complexion, I have the new U Beauty Super Tinted Hydrator, which is a fabulous tinted moisturizer. It's very hydrating, very moisturizing, but it's very sheer. So I'll use some of it today as a primer. Sometimes I like to do this with the very sheer Your Skin But Better products. You know, this is just going to give me another boost of moisture. And then over top, I'll go in with something more heavy duty. And I'm using the Chanel Touch Up Face Brush. It's a great, any sort of complexion product blending tool item. My goodness. Sometimes the words just don't want to cooperate. Anyway, this is great. I do wear this on its own, but today I want something a little bit extra. So it'll be a great moisturizing primer. So that was like a half pump, maybe a third of a pump. You can tell it's very sheer, but everything just looks luminous and moisturized. Over top, I'm going to use my Chanel Sublimage L'Essence de Teint in the shade B30. So I love this foundation so much. It's my favorite wintertime foundation, and I kind of got out of the habit of using it for the past several weeks, and then I tried it again and I was like, oh, so pretty. It's like a soft velvet finish, so it's very natural finish, but it covers a lot more. And I find that it's just so smoothing. Like everything just looks so smooth and unified and just so lovely. So put a little bit of this here. So is anyone reading anything interesting recently? I decided to read Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park, you know, the classic. I saw the movie in the 90s, of course, and I think I saw it again as an adult. So I'm reading it, and it's very different than what I remember the movie to be like, which is good because I don't want it to be like a copy-paste. And it's interesting because I'm at the beginning of the novel where there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of people being attacked by strange lizards, and no spoilers, but I think there's going to be dinosaurs very soon. And yeah, so it's been pretty interesting. The tinted moisturizer is giving me that glow because on its own, the Sublimage foundation, it does have glow, but just a little bit less. But I think that this is a really great combination. I'm just sort of stippling over areas where I want to hide a little bit more. Okay, before I go any further with the face, I want to show you an option that I have for the eyes. So I could just put some mascara on and this would be like a nice neutral nude, more matte look. However, I have this single eyeshadow here from Dior and it's called Beige Mitza. This one's a little bit harder to come by. I think it's only available at Nordstrom's. I'll provide a link, but it's this one here and it's so pretty. It's metallic, it's shiny. I went ahead and did a swatch. I swatched the neutral colors from the first palette here and I swatched the Beige Mitza here. So it's so pretty. I love Beige Mitza. It's one of my favorites. Sometimes I wear it on its own with tons of mascara. Ugh, it's like taupey, neutral. It catches the light. It's so pretty. So I think I'm going to put some of that on the eye here. Using the Refer 02, I'm just going to pack some of this on the lid. So I did do the foundation here, so I'm just tapping off some of that because I don't want any fallout. Just going to tap it here and a little bit on top of that darker color. Now I'm going into my Chantecaille Fossil Longest Lash Mascara in black. Okay, that's done. Doesn't Beige Mitza just elevate it? It just adds something there. It's so pretty. One of my favorites, like I stated. So for the concealer, I'm going to use this Grwm concealer. It's the new Terracotta 2.5. I'm not sure if this video is coming out before or after my full review of this. So I ordered this online and then I used it for a couple of days, but then I saw that they released the new terracotta blushes and I was thinking of doing like reviewing them in the same video, but my order is delayed. It's me from the future. I did in fact get these little blushes. They finally arrived, so make sure you're subscribed to see the full review with the blush and also the concealer. Also, I don't know when this is coming out, so I think I may have in fact reviewed the blush before this video came out. Anyway, subscribe. So I'm sort of in limbo here. So I'm not sure if this is future or past Ali speaking, you know, if I was able to do the full review yet, but if not, it will be soon and hopefully the blushes arrive too. I placed the order with the Bay, like the Hudson Bay, and I never received a confirmation email. You know, when you place an order online, you get an email right away saying like, we got your order, blah, blah, blah. It went through on my credit card. They took my money, but it's been a couple of days. I don't know. I'm hoping it just like shows up, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes like you don't really get any sort of paper trail, but the package, it just shows up. So yeah, that's that. I'm using my Prada Beauty concealer brush here. Continuing with the face, I'm going into my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand here. This is the light to medium one. So with this one here, please remember to twist or untwist it, and this way it stops the product from just like overflowing. And I'm just going to use this as my contour here. Very pretty. It's very cooling. It's like a wet product, so it just feels very cooling. I kind of forgot about that. And then I'm using my Refer 04. This is just a great contour bronzer. I think I put way too much. Just going to wipe off some of the excess here. Hold on. Need to blend this out before it dries too quickly. So when that happens, what you can do is you can take your foundation brush you were using before and just go over top here and then go underneath to help blend it out. This sort of helps erase if there was too much product. For the blush, I'm going into my Milk makeup here. I have one of these tiny lip and cheek stains. This is the shade called Work. It's very pretty. I like to rub it on the back of my hand like this and then pick it up with a brush. This is the Refer 37. It's really good for cream product. I like it for cream blush. So I'll just add a little bit. For my highlighter, I'm going into my Dior Forever Luminizer. This is the shade Golden Glow. It's so pretty. I know it has golden in there, so honestly, I found it a little bit tricky to find like a neutral highlighter. A lot of them are golden or pink or cool silver, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to use this one here, and I'm using this Shiseido multi-use face brush here. It's so good. You can use this for like blending out foundation, but honestly, I love it for highlighter. Any sort of cheek product, things like that. Not bronzer or contour, but I do love it for highlighter the most. But if you had one of those like luminizing blushes, that's like a blush and highlighter 2-in-1, I think it might also work really well with this brush here. For the lip liners, I have two options from Chanel. The first one is the 156 Beige Natural and then 162 Nude Brown. So they're both like in the pinky, nudie, your lip but better. I think Nude Brown might be a little bit more neutral leaning. This one here is a bit more peachy. So let's go with Nude Brown, but both of them I've used and loved pretty equally. They're getting worn down here, so I think I'll outline and then also fill in the lip. To top things off, I'll go into my new Guerlain lip oil. This is the Honey Glow. I love this. I love this lip oil so much. I love the color. I only have this one here, but they have others to choose from. I went with Honey Glow because I have the lip balm that matches, and I wanted something nudie and neutral. However, on its own, when I apply just this on bare lips, it stains my lips pink. And like, because there is a little bit of pink in here, and someone was asking about the color payoff with these lip oils. A lot of it has to do with your own natural lip color. Some people have way more tint to their lips than others, but for me, when I wear this on its own, like for the whole day, like I just reapply, my lips are very, very pink by the end of the day from the tint here. So this is the look, but I need to put a perfume on. I had a perfume, oh yes. I'm gonna use my new Miss Dior Parfum. Listen, I just bought this. I love it so much. It's so good. It's not a perfect dupe for the 2008 Miss Dior Chérie, but it is close. And I think it's my favorite Miss Dior since then. It's my favorite in a very long time. So I'm very happy. This is not a neutral nude perfume, but whatever. I mean, we can make accommodations for the fragrance, go with whatever you want. So this is my take on a neutral nude makeup look. It looks like you're wearing makeup, but it doesn't, but it does. That's sort of the vibe, like I stated. I think Beige Mitza really elevates it. If you just stuck to the first couple of steps, it would be more natural, more subtle, and more matte. It really just depends on the mood and the makeup, but I really love this. I think it's very pretty, and all of these products individually, if you look at them, they're not the most visually stimulating, but applied on the eyes, on the face, everything just looks so cohesive and beautiful together. So if you made it to the end of the video, leave a little brown emoji for the neutral nude inspiration for today's video. Leave a comment down below if you want me to do more thematic makeup looks like this. I can definitely, listen, I have a Google, like a notes app with so many ideas. I'm just going through them as quickly as I can, but there's only one alley. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.